Once upon a time in a forest, there was a little bird. And one day this little bird was looking for food. There hadn't been much food around. So when this little bird finally found a single berry on a bush, it was very happy. As it was about to eat its prize, it looked down below and it saw a much larger animal. It was a fox, and it was shivering. The little bird knew that this fox must be hungry, but the little bird also needed to eat. But after thinking about it for a moment, the little bird decided that it would rather go hungry than see a fellow creature die of hunger. So the little bird dropped the berry down to the hungry fox below. The fox was so grateful, it said, "Thank you kindly, little bird, for your gift. You have saved my life." And with a newfound bit of strength from the berry, the fox stood up on its paws and started to look around. That's when it realized something. The fox had been running around in circles and had completely lost its way home. And so the fox said to itself, "I need to get my bearings. I need to find my way back home before nightfall, or else I'll freeze out here in this cold weather." And so the fox started trotting off in the direction of where it thought it lived. A little while later, the little bird watched as this fox disappeared into the trees. And the little bird felt very good about itself. It had done a good thing by giving away that berry. But the little bird also felt a little bit sad, because now it was hungry, and it still didn't have any food. And so the little bird started to make its way back up into the trees to look for more berries. But as it flew, it heard a desperate sound. It was a rabbit. And the rabbit was saying, "Help me please, I'm stuck, can't get out of this hole." And the little bird looked down and it saw that this rabbit had been digging in the dirt and had made a hole for itself. But now the hole had caved in and the rabbit was trapped inside. The little bird knew that it could easily peck at this dirt and help free the rabbit, but the little bird had just given away its food. Now it was hungry and it needed energy. And so the little bird considered for a moment what it should do. And after thinking about it, it decided that helping this rabbit would be the right thing to do. And so the little bird started pecking and pecking at the dirt until finally the dirt gave way and the rabbit was free. The rabbit was so grateful. It said, "Thank you kindly, little bird, for your help. How can I ever repay you?" And the little bird said, "No need to repay me. I was happy to help." And with that, the little bird took off and it headed back into the forest to look for more berries. After flying for a little while, the little bird saw a bunch of squirrels. These squirrels were in a panic. They were shaking and making tons of noise. And so the little bird landed on a nearby branch and asked, "What's wrong?" And one of the squirrels said, "We're in big trouble. We were collecting nuts for the winter, and we had piled them all up on top of this rock. But now this rock is loose, and it's starting to roll. And if we don't do something, our entire pile of nuts will fall, and we'll have nothing to eat for the rest of the winter." The little bird knew that this was an emergency, so it didn't hesitate. It jumped down onto the rock and started pecking as hard as it could. And just as the rock was about to tumble over, the little bird kicked up enough dirt that made the rock stop rolling. All of the squirrels were so grateful. They thanked the little bird and they invited it over to their tree hollow so they could share some of their nuts. And the little bird happily accepted. But as the little bird was eating, it couldn't help but wonder why everything was going wrong. The little bird had given a berry to a fox, and then the little bird had helped a rabbit out of a hole. And then the little bird had saved a bunch of squirrels' nuts from being wasted. And the little bird had done all of these things without getting anything in return. And so the little bird sat there wondering, will I ever get anything good to happen to me? The little bird sat there for a long time, not realizing that the rabbit that it had helped had just warned all of the squirrels about the loose rock. And all of the squirrels were very grateful to the rabbit. So they had shared their nuts with the little bird, which meant that the little bird now had extra food for the winter. The little bird didn't realize this, though. It was still feeling sorry for itself. That's when the little bird heard some commotion outside of its nest. And when the little bird looked out, it saw a whole flock of birds surrounding its nest. And these birds were big and strong, were swooping in and pecking at the little bird's nest, trying to tear it apart. The little bird was scared, so it started squawking as loud as it could. And then, one of the big birds landed on the edge of the nest and said, "Little bird, why do you have such a weak, flimsy nest? You're going to get blown out of here in the next windstorm." And the little bird said, "Well, I've tried my best, but I'm too small to gather much material. And I'm too slow to gather material from far away, and so I don't have enough material to build a strong nest." and all of the big birds nodded their heads. They understood. Then one of the birds said, "Well, we're on our way back to our own nests. If you'd like, you can follow us and we'll help you gather material for a new nest." And the little bird couldn't believe its ears. It was overjoyed. It said, "Really? You'd do that for me? You'd help me build a new nest?" And the big bird said, "Of course. Helping those in need is what friends do." And with that, the big birds took flight and the little bird followed after. They flew all over the forest, gathering twigs and leaves and grass and anything they could use to build a nest. And the big birds used their size and strength to pull the materials that the little bird needed. And the little bird used its speed and agility to weave the nest together. And after a while, they finished. The nest was round and cozy and very, very strong. The little bird was so grateful. It said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And the big bird said, "No need to thank us. We were happy to help." And with that, the big birds took off, and the little bird hopped into its new nest and snuggled down for a nap. As the little bird slept, it couldn't help but smile. The little bird had been through a lot that day, but now the little bird wasn't cold, the little bird wasn't hungry, and the little bird had a brand new amazing nest. And the little bird thought to itself, "I might not have gotten to eat that first berry, but helping others has paid off in ways that I could have never imagined." The little bird learned an important lesson that day. One small act of kindness can change the world. Do you want to hear another story about a little bird? Then click the video on screen now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.